Saoirse Ronan didn't grow into greatness. She arrived with it. At just 13 years old, she stunned the world with her Oscar-nominated performance in Atonement. With piercing blue eyes and an uncanny emotional maturity, she delivered a performance that rivaled actors 3 times her age. Critics called her a prodigy, but Saoirse was more than that. She was a natural. From her very first role, she displayed a gift for stillness, silence, and nuance. She didn't need theatrics to be powerful. Her presence on screen felt timeless, like she had been acting not for years but lifetimes. Few actors move through time with the grace of Saoirse Ronan. Whether it's the snowy streets of 1950s Brooklyn, the candlelit corridors of Mary Queen of Scots, or the sun-drenched fields of Little Women, she brings period dramas to life with raw humanity. She doesn't just wear the corsets and speak the dialogue, she inhabits these women. Every character feels both of their time and strikingly modern. Saoirse makes the past feel personal, and historical heroines feel real. She brings fire, softness, and clarity to every role, and somehow makes every century feel like her home. Saoirse is beloved not just by fans, but by filmmakers. Directors from Joe Wright to Greta Gerwig call her a dream collaborator, committed, intelligent, and always surprising. She has the rare ability to take direction deeply and instantly transform it into gold. Her instincts are razor sharp, her interpretations thoughtful, and her energy always generous. Whether improvising dialogue or nailing an emotional climax, in one take, she elevates every scene she's in. Working with her isn't just easy, it's inspiring. Because she doesn't just follow a script, she brings it to life from the inside out. Though Saoirse was born in New York, her soul is undeniably Irish. She wears her heritage with fierce pride, often championing Irish talent and storytelling. Her accent, which she shifts effortlessly depending on the role, remains a core part of her identity. She's not just a global star, she's a cultural ambassador. Whether acting in independent Irish films or international blockbusters, she carries her roots like armor. Her poise, wit, and lyrical way of speaking all reflect the poetic strength of her homeland. Saoirse isn't just representing herself, she's uplifting a legacy of Irish artistry. When Saoirse met Greta Gerwig, something magical happened. Together, they created 2 modern masterpieces, Lady Bird and Little Women. With Gerwig's direction and Saoirse's unfiltered emotional brilliance, these stories became deeply human and painfully beautiful. As Lady Bird, she captured the awkward intensity of teenage girlhood. As Jo March, she redefined literary rebellion with warmth and rage. Their collaboration isn't just director and actor, it's symphonic. It's proof that when women tell women's stories, something sacred unfolds. Their work together has carved out a space in cinema where young female voices are not just heard, they resonate. Despite 4 Oscar nominations before the age of 26, Saoirse remains grounded and gracious. She doesn't seek validation through trophies. She often jokes about being always the bridesmaid at award shows. But her humility isn't performative, it's authentic. She values the work, not the hype. Her poise on red carpets, charm in interviews, and genuine support of fellow nominees make her one of the most respected figures in the industry. She's not chasing fame, she's building a legacy. And in every acceptance speech, you hear not just talent, but gratitude. Saoirse doesn't act loud, she acts true. She can say more with a glance than most actors can with a monologue. Her performances are filled with tiny choices, an inhale, a blink, a hesitation, that carry mountains of meaning. Whether playing a heartbroken immigrant or a fiery queen, she embodies emotion without ever overplaying it. She respects the audience, trusting them to feel rather than forcing them to see. This kind of subtle power is rare. It makes her performances linger. They don't scream for attention, but they echo in the soul long after the credits roll. In a world of oversharing, Saoirse Ronan is a master of boundaries. She keeps her private life beautifully private, focusing public attention on her work, not her relationships or off-screen drama. But she never feels cold or distant. She's warm, witty, and down-to-earth in interviews. She connects without overexposing. Her privacy isn't a barrier, it's a reminder that artists can thrive without constant performance. Saoirse shows us that mystery still has a place in fame. And that substance, not spectacle, should always lead the way. Saoirse Ronan has already achieved what most actors dream of, and she's only just begun. With each film, she deepens her craft, explores new territory, and remains endlessly compelling. She doesn't repeat herself. She reinvents, she expands, she elevates. Whether leading a period epic, an indie drama, or an upcoming genre shift, she brings class, curiosity, and courage. She's not just the best of her generation, she's one of the greats, period. And as time unfolds, one thing is certain: Saoirse Ronan won't just be remembered, she'll be studied. Donald Glover isn't just an actor, or a rapper, or a writer. He's all of that, and then some. In an industry that loves labels, Glover shatters everyone. As an Emmy-winning creator, Grammy-winning musician, stand-up comic, and director, he's become a modern-day Renaissance man. And yet, despite all the accolades, he carries himself with humility and curiosity. He doesn't chase trends, he creates them. From music studios to writers' rooms to sound stages, Donald Glover proves that true artists don't stay in lanes, they build their own roads. Under the name Childish Gambino, Glover crafted a musical identity as complex and layered as his, acting. His early mixtapes hinted at something experimental, but it was albums like Because the Internet and Awaken My Love that confirmed his genius. With Redbone, he blurred the lines between funk, soul, and psychedelic R&B, creating a sound no one saw coming. And then came This Is America, a cultural earthquake that combined brutal imagery with poetic resistance. Glover didn't just release a song, he started a conversation. His music isn't background noise, it's a mirror held to society. Atlanta isn't just a TV show, it's a genre-bending masterpiece, and Donald Glover is its visionary creator. As writer, director, producer, and star, he uses the show to dissect race, fame, class, and surrealism with sharp wit and raw honesty. Every episode feels like a social experiment, often taking bold risks with narrative form. One week, it's a silent horror episode. The next, a dreamlike satire. Through it all, Glover proves that television can be philosophical and bizarre, and still emotionally grounded. Atlanta didn't just break TV rules, it rewrote them. Donald Glover doesn't just perform, he embodies. Whether playing the charming Troy Barnes in Community, the mysterious Lando Calrissian in Solo, or the haunted urn in Atlanta, he brings a unique energy to every role. He can flip between comedy and tragedy in a single scene, making audiences laugh and ache without warning. His eyes speak as loudly as his dialogue. Every character he plays feels distinct, yet undeniably him. There's a soulfulness to his acting that lingers. And when he steps on stage as Childish Gambino, he becomes something else entirely, a force of nature. In a world addicted to oversharing, Donald Glover remains elusive by design. He doesn't do frequent interviews. He's not constantly online. He rarely reveals details about his private life. But that's part of the allure. He protects his mystery the way some protect their image. When he speaks, it matters. When he releases something, it moves. Glover reminds us that silence isn't absence, it's power. He doesn't live for fame, he lives for meaning. And that gives every word he says and every project he touches a weight few can match. Donald Glover represents a generation that grew up between identities, creative but boxed in, expressive but unheard. Through his art, he's given voice to those navigating race, masculinity, vulnerability, and cultural contradiction. He's not afraid to show weakness, confusion, or conflict in his work. In doing so, he makes space for others to do the same. His storytelling is layered, symbolic, and often challenging, but that's the point. He trusts his audience to think, and, in return, he's earned the loyalty of millions who finally feel seen. More than fame or followers, Donald Glover values creative control. He's walked away from projects when the vision didn't feel right. He's delayed releases, shifted genres, and turned down mainstream opportunities to protect his artistic integrity. And it's paid off. Every show, album, or film he touches feels curated, intentional, and deeply personal. He doesn't chase algorithms, he follows instinct. Glover's success is a blueprint for artists who don't want to compromise. He proves that longevity isn't built on popularity, it's built on principle. Through music, television, and interviews, Glover challenges traditional ideas of what it means to be a man. He embraces emotion, explores vulnerability, and rejects stereotypes of dominance or stoicism. As Earn in Atlanta or in tracks like Terrified and Sober, he navigates fear, insecurity, and love with honesty. He talks about fatherhood with introspection and fame with skepticism. In doing so, he redefines Black masculinity on screen and stage, not as a performance, but as a truth. It's not about being strong, it's about being real. Donald Glover's legacy isn't complete, but it's already iconic. He's a creative shapeshifter whose work has influenced TV, music, fashion, and digital culture. From viral YouTube sketches to sold-out arena tours, he's evolved without losing himself. And he's far from done. Whether directing films, scoring, soundtracks, or launching future collaborations, his next chapter will likely be even more unexpected than the last. Because Donald Glover isn't interested in repeating success, he's interested in reinvention. And if his past is any indication, his legacy will not just be remembered, it will redefine the rules of creative possibility.